Hey, it's David here. I'm so excited that you booked a call, and I thought I'd send you this video to just prepare you for the call and help stimulate any questions you might not have considered that you want to ask when you hop on the call. Now, I just want to give a little bit of background, and I'll keep it short because this video is going to be a few minutes long with these frequently asked questions that I've got written down that people have been asking us, and we thought we'd save you a lot of time by sending you the answers that we have to the most commonly asked questions. But I'm sure at the end of this video, you might have some more. But before I start, I've been coaching for 3 decades now, helping and being in service, and have over 155,000 coaches that have joined my programs. But it wasn't always like that. When I started out in coaching, prior to that, I spent 20 years in the IT industry working for a variety of different organizations around the world. And I was very fortunate ending up working for the MD of Apple Computers in the UK. And I learned so much. But when I left that business and organization, I decided I don't want to step out on my own. I didn't want to work for other people. I wanted to have the freedom. You see, one of my core values is making a difference in the world, freedom, and having some fun, and not being a slave in the office, constantly working for somebody else without that flexibility to live the life of my dreams. Now, I'm just back from Greece. I've been sitting by the pool at the villa. I didn't get this tan just by being stuck in an office here in the UK because the weather isn't that great over here. But I have the flexibility to work with clients and choose the time that I want to work whilst enjoying a little bit of freedom to recharge during the summer break with my kids. Now, you might be thinking, that's the sort of thing that I want. But when I first started, the first year that I set up my coaching practice, all those years ago, I didn't have social media. I didn't have support. I had no idea of marketing. I didn't know how to create clients. And I had to learn through the school of hard knocks. And in the first year, it was an absolute disaster. And I had to end up going back into work. And I don't want that for anybody that decides to join me and learn the craft of being an outstanding top table coach and also creating an income while still working. See, what I did is I quit my job. I went from an income to zero, and then that first year, I had to go back and get a job. And it was an absolute disaster, and it cost me a lot of money. And my team said to me, we need to create a program where we can help our community fast track while still in employment. And if you're not in employment, that's okay. But the majority of people who are stimulated by the idea of making a difference in the world, creating a life of freedom and earning their own income, free from the how can I say the corporate world of working for other people. My team said we need to create a program, and that's why I've created the Fast Track program. So I've written some notes down. I want to share them with you. Some frequently asked questions. So, the Fast Track program ultimately is a smart way to get the support from people who, like me, have been on this journey and had to navigate all the obstacles that I hadn't thought of when I set out on my own. And most coaching organizations, they don't help with that. But I've been really fortunate because I've met some amazing human beings that have allowed me to scale my business to 7 figures. I've got some marketing geniuses that I met along the way, and I just want to share some of these notes with you. Okay, so just hang in to the end of this video. So the Fast Track program, you might be wondering, what is it? It's designed for people who are perhaps in a 9 to 5 job or at the early stages of their coaching career, and they want to build a world-class coaching business. And they don't want to have to work it all out themselves, learn through the school of hard knocks like I had to do. And they also want to start earning whilst they're still in a job. It's like a supplementary income whilst they're building their practice, so they don't do what I did. It was like quit the job, went from an income to zero. And that was a real challenge for me all those years ago. So you don't need to figure it all out. I'm going to guide you through absolutely everything, including helping you get 10 clients in less than 10 months whilst on that journey, because it's a 12-month program. There is a shorter option if you need it. So how does it work, you might be thinking? Well, to start with, you'll get coaching and support for those who decide to join me on this journey. Well, first thing you'll get is a one-to-one coaching conversation with me. And that is where I focus on, how can I say, any fears and insecurities and goals and personal obstacles that you may have that potentially could get in the way. So that's the first thing that we'll do is we'll clear that up. And that value, I mean, it's $1,000 value to work with me for a short coaching session. So that's what we're going to be doing straight out the bat. You'll also get access to weekly live group calls with me where I coach, answer your questions and support you directly where, I said I didn't have that support. Well, this I think is the key. It's so important. It's so important to have people that have been there and done that can guide you around all those obstacles that you might not see up ahead. Then what we're going to focus on too is coaching mastery. I'll train you to deliver an 8-session coaching package where you can charge anywhere between $500 and $5,000 just for 8 sessions, where you help people transform their experience of life, whether that be an executive who's struggling with his mindset and insecurities, stress, burnout, anxiety, and all sorts of other human conditions that get in the way of people excelling. Like, for example, I use this understanding that I'm going to be teaching you this package that I effectively give to you will help you guide you through those 8 sessions with clients and people like professional footballers. I've got actors, Hollywood actors. I've got Olympic gold medalists that I take through this same process, and they pay handsomely for it. £25,000 for 8 sessions. So I'm going to be training you the exact structure that I use with my own clients, and it works, guaranteed. You'll feel fully confident in helping people as a consequence of going through this program. But remember, I'm there to support you with your blind spots and any challenges and limiting beliefs that might be getting in the way. And because, once you've dealt with all of those obstacles, you'll have the confidence to get out into the world and make a difference. Well, then once we've helped you master the coaching piece, like think of solid foundations and building a house, the next peak is the practice, the house on top of the solid foundations, because a lot of coaching practices effectively like a house built on sand, and we want to give you solid foundations. Then the final piece is we'll help you create your brand and your website, which we'll build for you. You see, I met John, who's a strategist, and he's an expert in this. I met him in 2017, and he was so outstanding at his positioning and marketing expertise that I couldn't let him go. So it's almost like I handcuffed him to the business. And we've created inside the program how to become a flamingo in a flock of pigeons, because there's a lot of coaches out there and you need to be able to stand out from the crowd. So your work with John to uncover your story and a unique angle so that you can become that flamingo in a flock of pigeons. And then my team will build you a professional website so that you can start driving traffic to that in order to take on new clients. So you won't have any tech stress. I know when I started, it was like, oh my God, how do I build a website? I've got to learn all these different technology pieces. You won't have to do any of that. So when you get to the end of that and you have your brand and your positioning, you'll be in a position to effectively offer premium coaching for people. And when people find your effectively website and you drive people there, it'll clearly position you as an expert that will stand out in the crowd, which is really important if you want to get clients, and we're going to help you with that. So finally, I just want to go through a few questions, and this only take a couple of minutes. So let's just have a look. One of the questions that comes up quite regularly is, do I need to have experience as a coach to join this program? The answer is absolutely not. In fact, sometimes it's better, because so many coaching theories and models are very much what I call outside in, and we teach an inside out approach. And if people have already been going through a lot of training, they might have to do a lot of unlearning. So if you're just starting out, you won't have that unlearning to do, and you'll be starting from scratch. And that's probably going to be really helpful for you. And if you already are a coach, you started out, there's maybe a little bit of unlearning to do, but that's okay. So Another question is, do I need to quit my job? Absolutely not. I mean, I made the mistake of quitting a job that was paying six figures back then, and I went from that to zero, and I ran out of money within the first year, and it was an absolute disaster. So my recommendation is to not do that unless you're financially stable and able to do that. Then fine, you can put a lot more time and energy into developing your skills and getting out into the world, and you might get there even more quickly. Because obviously, if you're in a job, you're going to have to allocate time in your own time when you're not working to learn this, and that's really straightforward and easy. I mean, it's not onerous at all. A few hours a week. Now, so you don't need to quit your job because we've designed the perfect transition process for you. Another question that comes up, what if I'm nervous about charging money? This is a really common one for coaches and will help you shift your money mindset with a special training that I put on that has changed people's lives. You know, you could be the best coach in the world, but if you've got insecurities around asking people to pay for your time, imposter syndrome, and many other of those aspects that will keep you the best kept secret in your town or village or city. And we don't want that. You want to be comfortable in charging people, and we're going to help you overcome any of those insecurities so that you feel confident charging well and helping other people. The other question is, will I get clients? You have everything in place to start taking clients even during the program. And my goal and my team's goal is to help you get 10 paying clients in 10 months. So absolutely, that's the goal. And we have a process and an action-based guarantee to help you get there. So as long as you take the action, we're going to help you get to that position, because there are so many coaches out there in the world, they don't have any clients. And so what's the point? So that's a really important aspect. And then the final question is, what if I can't, because we're going to do a lot of coaching lives on Zoom like this, and where I'll be supporting and helping you, and you might not be able to make all the times. Well, we're going to be putting them on weekly, apart from vacation times and stuff like that. But pretty much over the year, we're going to have many, many hours of spending time together. And you have a life, you have a job, you've probably got family and children maybe. And if that's you and you can't make every call, it's okay. You can submit questions prior to the call and I can speak to them on the call, or you can watch the lives, because every call will be recorded and uploaded into your online portal. So you've got all your material in one place. And that would be the final question. So we record everything and there's no pressure. I don't like pressure. I don't like rushing. You know, human beings are running around on planet Earth at the moment, stressed out of their minds and anxious. And my job is to help you find an inner peace so that you navigate this world elegantly without any friction. So there's no rushing. It's not allowed on my program. And I guess the final message is that this program has helped so many people. I've worked with mentees and thousands of coaches over the years, and I know that people stuck in a job, people lacking confidence, people who never thought they could coach at a high level have got it wrong. You can. There's no special skill that you need to have prior to that. As long as you can communicate, all of those insecurities will fall away, because that's my job and that's my thin slice of expertise that I will be sharing with you, so that you feel inspired, confident, want to be in service to people and create that life of freedom. And one final note, I have a life of freedom. I've got two teenage daughters. I've been able to take them to school every day. I haven't had to get up early and get on the train or travel into London to go to work. I design my schedule around how many hours I want to work in a week, and you'll have that too. So, you know, we're ultimately moving you towards a life of freedom, because I think everybody should be a coach. The world is in crazy times and it needs people just like you. And you booked the call, so you've had a calling. And I can't wait to have that conversation with you. So until then, remember, make sure you show up for the call a few minutes early, and we'll be able to serve you and support you and ask any other questions. So be prepared. And if you have any other questions, jot them down before the call so we can answer them for you. Until then, take care. I look forward to supporting you.